What a move by Howie Roseman! Whoa! Yo, everybody, how you going? King Dingbat here, and welcome to the Victory Room. This, for those that are new to the channel or don't know, this is what I call the Victory Room, better known as the Garage. And here is where I come out and smoke a victory cigar when the Eagles win, or when something goes good that I like and I declare victory for. We come out, I smoke a stogie, I tell you my thoughts, and it's fun. Now, I can't smoke in the house, because if I smoke out in the house, my wife will beat the crap out of me. If she beats the crap out of me, I'll be sitting in front of the whole neighborhood in my own blood and piss, and we can't have that. So I have to come out here to the garage. And today, we're going to celebrate a big win, a playoff win. Oh, a humongous win. The Eagles beat the Atlanta Falcons, advanced to the NFC Championship game, despite being the first #1 seed ever to go in a game as an underdog. The Eagles found a way. The fans came together. The team came together. Coaches came. They came together and it got it done. We got it done. And it's worth celebrating. So, let's get this thing started right away. Let's not waste any time. Now, usually before I start or I light it up, I dedicate it to something. I dedicate the cigar to something, some person, a player, whatever it is. Today I'm going to dedicate it to the Eagle fans. To the Eagle fans that have suffered for so long. The Eagle fans that have been watching their team get beaten and disrespected and pushed around and beat up all week. For those that have pushed through that. For those that went to the game in 26 degrees and no Carson Wentz and it looking bad and being the underdogs and still giving it their all. This cigar, this victory cigar, is for Eagle fans. And of course, as I begin to speak, everybody drives up to my house because they want to see what Philly 500 does, but I ignore them. Except for a squeaky tire person out there. So get your tires fixed. Alright, let's light this bad boy up. The taste of playoff victory. Definitely. Eagle fans at the game, shout out to you. And when you do an Eagles victory celebration, you always have to have the Eagles lighter. That's right, the Eagles lighter. And squeaky car guy out there squeaking. Can you hear his wheels squeaking? They're still squeaking all the way down the block. What the hell's going on? I don't understand it. Put some oil on them, whatever. Anyways, so big win for the Eagles. Big win. Very exciting, man. Very exciting. I was nervous. I was nervous before the game. Take you back to last night. So last night, having trouble sleeping. So I'm watching Eagle stuff. I got my phone on the little stand. I got my headphones in. And I'm weird. I have to have noise when I go to sleep. When I go to sleep, I can't have it quiet. My wife likes it quiet. I hate it. Quiet is torture for me. Now, I come from a family with 5 kids. I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters, okay? 6 kids, I guess, but I don't count myself. But noise, a lot of noise, is always a good thing. To me, it means everything's fine. When things get quiet, then I worry. So I'm like that. I don't like to go to bed when it's quiet. My wife loves it. So I put headphones on. I always put a movie on. I put something. I have to listen. So I was trying to sleep last night, watching the old Eagles stuff, pump up videos, whatever. And I guess I drifted off for a little bit, and I had this dream. I had this dream that felt so real that I'm not totally sure. One day it won't be real. But it's not going to happen now. But I dreamt it was late 4th quarter, or it was the end of the 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. And Joe Buck, Troy Aikman were talking and announcing. And they were like, this is a game for the ages. New England versus the Eagles. Carson Wentz has gone tit for tat with Tom Brady the whole night. It's unbelievable. And then they showed like both quarterback stats. Now this is a dream, so it's totally ridiculous, right? But it was like Brady had like, I don't remember, the stats were there and it was clear, but I can't tell you what exactly it were. Brady had like over 400 yards and 6 touchdowns. Wentz had over 400 yards and 6 touchdowns. And they were going to overtime. And it was like, this is one of the most epic quarterback games. Carson Wentz is basically stealing the torch from Brady. And I woke up all excited, like, oh my God. But it was a dream. It was one of those dreams you didn't want to wake up from. Anyways, I had trouble sleeping after that. It was like, I was too excited about this game. I was thinking about maybe that's in the future someday. I don't know. But, so anyways, that was hard to sleep. And then the game, before the game, I started getting real nervous. And then during the game, I was totally nuts. Everybody who saw the live stream, I'm sure you saw my reactions. And by the way, thank you to everybody that was at the live stream and joining, to all the old subscribers, old viewers, new subscribers. Thank you, everybody. It means a lot to me that you would come on. But the Eagles came out. I thought Ajayi looked good. They took him out of the second quarter. Foles, I thought, didn't have a good first half. I thought he didn't. Now, some may think he did, but I didn't. It was like, here we go again. But something happened with Foles. He overthrew, I don't know who he was throwing to again, I have to look at it. But it was really bad pass before half. He overthrows the guy. Falcon guy goes up to intercept it. I guess it goes through his hand or hit his knee. The ball goes back, I don't know, 5 to 10 yards. Into Torrey Smith's hand, if you probably remember. Torrey runs to like the 50, goes down. The next play, or maybe play after, Foles hits Alshon on the sideline with 1 second left. It was a good pass, good catch, out of bounds. But it put the Eagles in field goal range. Then they kicked that field goal. It was like 50-yarder, whatever. After that, I felt like, man, I think Nick Foles is going to settle down. And he did. He went in. Of course, they made adjustments, and they did a lot of good adjustments to help Foles out. But I believe that that sequence of plays and getting that 3 points at halftime changed Foles' mindset. Gave him a little confidence, maybe took a little bit off, and he got into a rhythm, and he feels confident. Now, the great thing about the way he played today is I believe this will carry over to the next game. I think Foles needed a little confidence. I think he needed this win, and I think the Eagles will be better next week. Sorry. But definitely, that was a big deal in my opinion. But it was a great game. Great game. Even the Falcons were in it. It was very nerve-wracking. Fourth quarter, they had that chance. I think they made a mistake. Atlanta, I'm talking about, in the fourth quarter that helped the Eagles. They had like 1st and goal at the 9. They run one time, Eagles use timeout. Then they throw 2 times in a row, I believe. Now, they should have run the ball and made the Eagles use their last timeout. Then they could have took more time off the clock. Okay, but they didn't. They threw incompletions, stopped the clock. Then I don't know, something happened, and then maybe it was 2nd down, they threw, I forget how it happened, but then they basically come to 4th and goal at the 2. Oh, I think they hit Julio Jones at the 2-yard line. Eagles call timeout. Now, on that 4th and goal, they roll Matt Ryan out to the right. That's a mistake. I don't like when I used to hate when the Eagles did it because it cuts half the field. And I was saying that in the live stream too. And when you do that, it makes you have less options. You have less room. And I think that was a bad sequence for the Falcons. I also thought the Eagles had a bad sequence when they kicked the last field goal because it was 2nd and 4. They run Blunt twice, I believe. And I thought that they should have been more aggressive, and that's when they should have played action and let Foles throw a touchdown to seal it. But it doesn't matter. The Eagles win. You can pick anything here and there. It don't matter. The Eagles win. The Eagles win. The Eagles win. So, I'm excited. So we're going to have the NFC Championship game next week, and I think the Eagles have the advantage against both teams because I think Nick Foles is going to play a lot better. I do. I definitely think he will. So it's exciting, man. I'm gonna catch myself on fire. I gotta catch on fire. I'm Ash Man. Call me Ash Man. I'm like a walking chimney. I'm gonna catch on fire with all these hot ashes. You know? I got my wife. I want to bet with my wife. She has to smoke a cigar. She's never smoked a cigarette. She's never smoked pot. She's never smoked a cigar. She's gonna have to smoke one. And she's not gonna do it tonight because her throat hurts. But I got her to. I won a little bet. And guess what? I get to have her smoke a cigar. I wish I could record it. It would be hilarious. It would be so funny. But she doesn't want me to record it, so I won't. It's quiet now, you know. The last time I did one of these videos, it was Christmas time. All the lights were up, everything was up. Now everything's down, it's dark. It's depressing, I hate it. I haven't seen the lady that terrorizes the neighborhood. I haven't seen her in a while. Just Squeaky Wheel Man over there. But people ask me what I do now in my garage, why I talk to nobody. I said, I'm talking to my phone. I have a YouTube channel. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I guess I'm so loud. They say they can hear me all over. I'm sure they heard me today because I was screaming my butt off. But it is what it is, you know. Right now I want to talk about what I think, or where I think the Eagles are in this playoff, and who I want them to go up against, who I'm going to be rooting for, what I think the best matchups are. Now, I know a lot of Falcons fans. I know that they kind of like didn't understand why I said the Falcons game is a good matchup. It was a break to get that matchup. And it wasn't a disrespect thing. I wasn't trying to disrespect the Atlanta Falcons because they're a good team. They showed it tonight. But what I was trying to say was that when you look at the way the Eagles are built, the way the Saints are built, I think the Saints go, you know, they match up with us better than the Falcons. That's what I was saying, you know. And I think it showed that tonight. Now, tomorrow, Minnesota plays the Saints. Now, I'm going to be chilling. I'm going to be watching. I probably won't do any videos tomorrow. I'll have videos probably every day the rest of the week. But tomorrow, I'm not. And I'm going to watch that Saints. I'm going to watch that Minnesota game. I'm going to be rooting for Minnesota. I'm going to be rooting for Minnesota because I still think out of the Saints and the Vikings are the better matchup for the Eagles. Now, I think the Vikings match up better with the Saints than the Eagles, but I think the Eagles match up better with the Vikings than the Saints. See, the Vikings, they're a good team. There's no question about it. And Viking fans don't understand this. They have a better defense. Yes, they have a great defense. But the problem I see with the Vikings playing the Eagles, it goes back to Casey Keenum. I don't know what he is. I know what Drew Brees is, but I don't know what he is. Now, he can win in Minnesota against New Orleans. Yes, I think he can. But when he has to go outside in the cold and play the Eagles in Philly, I like the Eagles matchup in that situation. I think at the very worst, he's not going to put tons of points on the board, and the Eagles are in it by default. Now, I think Foles, who I expect to be a lot better because I think this was the start of Foles playing good right now. The second half, Foles came alive. And Foles coming alive in the second half is going to carry over to the next game. So the best matchup for the Eagles tomorrow is to have the Vikings win. The Vikings win is a great matchup. Now, in the AFC, makes me want to dance. Victory star with a little dancing, baby. If you could only see me floating. But anyways, in the AFC, this is how I see it. Patriots would be the worst matchup for the Eagles. I think Brady is Brady, 5 Super Bowls. How can I expect the Eagles to beat the Patriots? It would be hard. I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm not even saying I won't pick them. I'm just saying it'd be hard. The Steelers, tough game too. Tough game too. But the Steelers, they have their moments where they don't look great. They can get streaky. They can have a 5 turnover game, that kind of thing. And then you have the Jaguars. Jaguars defense is nasty. It's nasty and it's fun. I'm going to burn myself again. I'm just going to catch on fire. I'm going to be talking all of a sudden. You're going to see Philly 500 burn, man. I'm going to be Philly 500 is going to burn to the ground. And then all you're going to hear is dingbat, yo, dingbat, yo, dingbat. It's going to be a pile of ash. I got to be careful I don't light myself on fire. Anyways, the Jaguars, great defense. But Bortles and that offense, I don't think so. I think in a Super Bowl situation, let's say Eagles versus Jags, I think the Eagles could win that game. So what I'm saying is best case scenario in the AFC, of course, and it'd be a long shot, but I'm rooting for the Jags tomorrow. And then if the Jags don't win, I'm rooting for the Steelers. But, Steelers over the Patriots, because as of right now, I make this video, the Patriots beat the Titans today. They crushed them. So, I think the best case scenario for the Eagles, that's right. Best case scenario for the Eagles, Minnesota wins, and the Jags win. That's it. So that's how I'm rooting tomorrow. And somehow the Jags get in the Super Bowl, we got a shot. The ratings may be horrible in the Super Bowl. People may be pissed off, Nick Foles versus Bortles. But for us, Eagle fans, it would be the best case scenario. No doubt about it. How can anybody say anything else? Definitely. But whatever happens, it happens. I think the one thing I can take out of tonight in this game is I believe Nick Foles, the bad Nick Foles that we saw, is over. I think it left in the first quarter. It left at the end of the second quarter, and in the second half, we got Nick Foles, who we all know and love, who we know is very capable. Maybe not the best guy ever, but he's capable. So it's going to be interesting because I think the Eagles will be even better next week. And Doug's got to continue to put him in positions to win. And I want to say this, Fletcher Cox on defense was a monster today. He was awesome. He was awesome. I thought he was probably maybe the best player in the whole entire game. He was that good. So, shout out to him. It was great. This is a great, 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 great time. Now, tomorrow, I'm going to relax, play tons of DraftKings, tons of FanDuel. Play the 2 games, right? It'll be 2 games, and I play 2 games in DraftKings with the 3 running back system. I use 3 running backs. Seems to work in those 2 games things. So that'll be what I do tomorrow. It's going to be fun. I still need to get a logo guy. I still have a lot of things, a lot of technical channel things I need to do. Probably have to save some of it for the off season. I still got a website I bought. I just need somebody that could do it. I need get a lot of things done. Now I'll save that for the off season. And then in the off season we're gonna do some Sixers stuff. We're gonna stream maybe Phillies, maybe even Flyers. But we're gonna be all over the place. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun off season. But the off season ain't here yet. We got the NFC Championship game. First time since 2004. The Eagles are gonna win this game. They're gonna win this game. I believe it. It's exciting, man. It's an exciting time. You know? And I know Sidney Jones, some people were upset early on that I was talking to because Sidney was inactive and Rasul played. I like Rasul Douglas. I think he's a good player. I think he needs to keep playing. You know? I always thought when I look at Rasul Douglas, I always think, man, if that guy played safety, if they converted him, I think he would be a top safety in the league. You know? I mean, I think he's a pretty good corner too, but I think he's a good player. So I'm glad that he's out on the field. I think Sidney can wait another year to play. I think he may have been a little banged up too, but hey, you know what? that's what happens when you come back from injury. You have other nagging injuries. So we'll see. But the Eagles, they did it. They got this done. And I give credit. I give credit to the whole team. Defense shut them out. Shut the Falcons out in the second half. Doug Peterson made great adjustments. Great adjustments. He out-coached and out-adjusted the Falcons. And he got Foles into a rhythm. And it was a team win. And the fans were just loud. They were loud. You could hear it on the TV. They shut it down. And that's why I love those guys. I love the fans. I love Eagle fans. Best fans in the world, in my opinion. Because this is what I always say about fandom. It's easy to love your team when they win. It's easy to love something that loves you back or gives you something back. But see, with Eagle fans, they're never given anything back. And what I mean by that is they're never given Super Bowls back in return for their fandom. They had to suffer. They have the worst things happen, but they stick with their team regardless. And that's why I have so much respect for this fan base and our fan base. And I'm so proud to be an Eagle fan. And I feel like the Eagles are at just the start of their rise. You know what I mean? I think that we're entering the Eagles' golden era. And that's hard to say because of the Reed and McNabb era. But I believe with Carson Wentz, a generational talent, that he's going to get many MVPs. They're going to win many Super Bowls. And this is just the start. We just are starting the climb. And it's going to be fun, man. But it starts next week with an NFC Championship game at home. God, I wish I could be at that game. I would give anything to be it. I can't, but I wish I could. But I know the fans that will be there will be loud, and I will be live streaming the game and being as loud as I can, and we'll see what happens. But we're at the beginning of a beautiful thing. So all you Eagle fans, you all deserve this. Enjoy this. And you know what? Next week, I believe we'll be doing this again. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a digbat.